Ladies and gentlemen, this is the netbook, the Asus EEE PC that I was using on Halloweenus, and it needs a CMOS battery. I don't want to replace it, but I will. I'll take the blabbery out. And it's been a long time since I worked on one of these, so I don't remember how it goes. I'll tell you that right now. I just got done reviewing this P-key precision electric screwdriver. It's not that precision. It works, but this is set to the highest torque and it can't budge. You got to loosen it manually, then it'll take it out for you. But that's typically how these things are. For me, they're kind of a waste of time because I did all my work manually and I got pretty damn good at it. Yeah, so you can't... There. Now it was able to budge it. I don't know if we need to take that out. There is a screw here, but I do not know if it is necessary to remove. So we'll keep that in mind. No screw in the center, that's real convenient. And as far as up here, I don't see any screws under the battery where many of them would often be. Another thing, this came to me with no screws for the hinges. So that's convenient. So we're going to flip this guy over now and take a closer look. We got to remove the keyboard. I don't remember how to do it on this, and I'll tell you something. I don't want to dick with this thing for that. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my nice Exolite screwdrivers, which is the kind of thing that I would use day in and day out. We'll try this guy. A little bit longer, more convenient, but as far as where the hell the clips are on this, God, if I remember, maybe it doesn't have any and it just pops up like that. Oh, look, he did it. He did it. He did it. Now, where the CMOS battery is located, I don't know. We're going to find out. This has got a little keeper guy. Let's see if I can get my thumbnail in that. There we go. There. And that guy can flip up. I used to be able to do this a lot better when I would work on these day in and day out, but those days are long gone. That's good because I can't see shit anymore. Alright, somebody's been in here before. I guess we're going to use this thing. Same screws? Yes. I forget if I ever tore this apart, but if it were missing screws, that wouldn't be me. I didn't do that. If I did lose a screw, which happened very rarely, we had spares at Tiny Middle where I could replace it. But a lot of the guys didn't give a shit. Just put it back together without the shit. It was really a shame that I couldn't be proud of my coworkers. Okay, So there's all that. No, we got one more. A lot of fucking screws to this top cover assy. That's right, A-S-S-Y, assy. Used to call it an assy at work. That's supposed to come off like that? I guess we're going to find out. Probably not. You got to watch on something like this because the plastic is, what, something like 16 years old now? So it does not have the elasticity it did when it was new. And we seem to be getting stuck, but I had noted that screw. So that's a long end and goes in the bottom. Remind me about that. There you go. And we're getting held up over here somewhere. Why? I got all the other screws out. Ah, there's one hiding in the corner. That would be why. Come on, guy. Alright, that one's stuck. It's stuck in the well there. See how nice that was? Oh, you gotta take the whole... Really? I don't even know if it's replaceable on this, so we may be doing all this for nothing. Typically, they would use... Oh, here, it's right here. Yeah, we're not doing shit. Great. Well, that was a fun little exercise. You can get a shot of that. See the little guy there? Yeah. I could go and order one, but, you know, I mean, it's a CR2032 in pretty much any other machine. So it's not really, for how often I use this thing, and as long as it stays powered on, you don't need it. Alright, well, that was fun. I got to remember how much I hated taking these apart. Let's put it back together, but I'll do it with a manual screwdriver. Just in case anybody did want to take this thing further apart, I ain't gonna. But basically, the things that you would need to do is remove this cable, flip that guy up, rip it on out. The hard drive, a couple of screws, maybe, certainly one, that are holding it, and goes into this board. You pull that out. This ribbon cable interconnects this board with that. If you need to remove the boards, you got screws, and you have connectors. There's one there that might go to that. No, that's generally connected with this. So if you wanted that out, you would remove this guy, like that. Your speakers, right there and there. The CMOS battery, like I said, if you need to clean your fan, it's right there. If you do pull the motherboard, you will have to disconnect the LVDS cable for the monitor right there, just in case that is on jeopardy tonight. LVDS stands for low voltage differential signaling. That just pulls up with the little pull tab right there, one of the nicer ones like that. Another connector there that goes to things and stuff, I don't know what. And you know, while I'm in here, this thing is supposed to have a microphone that is in the display. Oftentimes they run two cables from the display There is one that is running over here that might just go to the LVDS. And there is one over here that's running to other things. Here is the wireless card over here. One of the antenna connections. And it does not have another antenna connection. So there's that. So the microphone is supposed to be up there. It doesn't seem to work. I'm sure it's plugged in. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to pop the bezel, but we could just to look. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time on that now, because you got to pull all them things and shit. But you pull out all the 4 guys, and then you got 2 down there. Take your screws out, and just be real careful and don't break the bezel is kind of the way it goes. Alright, well, we need the top cover ASSIE. Here's the ASSIE. Let's go put the ASSIE back on. Touchpad with a ribbon cable to the touchpad button board with a ribbon cable to the main board. Woof. Individually replaceable. That's why they did that. As far as why that's coming apart, I don't see any reason why it should be, unless it's because the little plastic tabs kind of broke out of the thing. It doesn't matter. This thing's a piece of junk, and it probably was like that anyway. We'll see if we could get some hinge screws in there, because it bothers me a little that there ain't none, but we could make sure these are tight. See, not quite all the way there. Not quite all the way there. That is the biggest problem. When you lose these back screws, the hinges, the screws inside that hold the hinges, start loosening up. And opening and closing the laptop makes them looser and looser and looser until finally the point where you go to open it and the whole case goes and then it was my job to fix them. Alright, we'll put that in place. We're going to try to get this cable back in there. Did it go? Yeah, I think it did. Just sort of fell the fuck into place. I kind of don't like that when they do that, because that means you don't know for certain, but yeah, sure seems like it's in. We got screws, I know that. Let us put them back judiciously. We have 2 on the bottom, plus that silver one that went through, so we are going to put back more perimeter-y screws. Okay, so maybe the electric one is slightly faster than me. I think we might forego putting a screw there. We'll see. Because it looks like it'll probably kind of sort of hold together there. So we got that. And now I'm getting a little confused because there's a screw there and a screw there and then 2 more for the bottom. Right. That's exactly what I have is 4. I was missing 2 and I'm still missing the 2. So that's all good. We'll put the silver one in later. It's now a matter of getting the keyboard connector back in. Make sure we are all lined up here. And we will try. This was always a pain in the dick, even back in the day. I think. Oh. Yeah, it's one of these that you gotta. It's really tough because of the way they design the keyboard cable too short. See, like that? Right. So then we'll do that. Mush everything back into place. Mush, mush, mush. Come over here. And let's see if these are stripped out, because that happens. You also get that happen sometimes, which is plastic. If they are stripped out, then we'll put the screws back. Yeah, it don't feel right to me. It may not be all the way back together. That could be why. Let's try this side. See if there's anything there. Tain't nothing. So we're going to put them screws back where they were from originally. So we're going to open that up. Take the magic screwdriver. Get up in there and under the keyboard. Yeah, we could just sneak in here now. And put this screw back in. Right over there. Okay, we'll put this one in. Right there. Put that back in. And we have the center silver one. Goes there. And these two. And the little door. Before we do that, just memory. 1 jiggle byte. That's all she's got. And that's all she wrote. I don't think there's a slot inside. And there certainly isn't a lower slot. This is Asus we're talking about after all. I'm pretty surprised that plastic has held up quite well through this operation. It's too bad they were bastards about the fucking CMOS. So we can't fix that. Does it go? How does this one go in? I remember it was tricky. There. Lock her in. I will tell you that this may really kvetch and complain now that we're going to fire it up, because I did leave it in like suspend mode. I don't know if it successfully hibernated or if it even wants to possibly recover from that. But it should at least power on, because that is part of the main board. Yep. Oh, remember the CMOS. And it's resuming winders. Okay, do we have a mouse pointer? Yes. Do we have a click? We do. Do we have a keyboard? There's a notepad. I know I didn't need to go through all that, but yep, we sure do. That's too many things. Is it working right? If I could type right. Yeah, Cordio UIOP. As if Gahigical. Zikvibunum. At least it's not Dvorak or Kverts. Okay, so successfully taken apart and put back together. Today is November 3rd, I think. 4th? I forget. 3rd or 4th, one of those two. Oh, guess what? The computer will tell me. The 3rd. Look at that. Isn't that great? And it has adjusted for daylight savings time, too. I'm sure the time is synchronized. Whoops. Let's see if it'll do that kind, just for fun. Yep, there you go. So it's 11:03, so the CMOS battery held for 3 days. Might be rechargeable. That's a possibility, but it may not. I don't know. All I know is that this worked, and 74% battery, that's fine. I'm going to shut it down because I got nothing more I need it for, probably till next year. And I'm just going to leave it to cook here for a couple of, an hour or two, let it charge up. And then put it away, only to find the CMOS battery is dead. So end result is this P-key screwdriver is, I've dealt with better. It's not bad. It's also not my cup of tea. I just got so much more control over a manual fucking screwdriver than an electric one. And that goes for any of the desktops that I worked on as well over the years. The manual screwdriver just gives you a feel that you are not going to get from any kind of electric tool in any way, shape, or form. Not a bad tool, but not really my cup of tea. But you got to remember, coming from repairing over 10,000 computers, all manual, I swear by a manual screwdriver in just about everything. It's rare that I want to use a power tool for things, unless I'm cutting wood or something, that's a different story. Sawing stuff, not happening. No, not if I can have a power tool doing it. But as far as dealing with fasteners and that, by hand is definitely the way to go for me. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry we didn't get anything done, but hey, way she goes sometimes. I could have maybe looked this up, but then again, I haven't taken a laptop apart in ages, so we found that it was already broken, and it's still sort of broken, but not broken enough. So we're just going to leave it, let it do its thing, and that's that. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.